Oh, the paywall in Galaxy of Heroes is frightful, but oh man, Babu Fricky is so delightful. Ladies and gentlemen, today we got ourselves CubsFan Han. How's it going, buddy?
What's up? I love that song.
That's the greatest song of all time right there. We got a fun video today. We're wrapping up the year. We got the holidays coming around. I'm still waiting for Palpatine to join the party on Hoth. I don't know what's taking that guy so long. And what we have today, ladies and gentlemen, is we want to talk about what was the 10 best things that happened in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in the year of 2019. And we got a little list. You got 5 things. I got 5 things. They're mostly characters and reworks, but CubsFan Han threw a little bit of an interesting one in the mix. And Mr. CubsFan Han, how about we get started with you? What is your favorite thing that happened in 2019? Rex. Captain Rex. And why don't you elaborate a little bit on why that's
Rex's
the case?
rework was just so exciting to me. I mean, he's a character that I've always loved, and not just in the lore, but also in Galaxy of Heroes, because he's one of those first characters that was just an awesome unifying leader.
Best catch-all leader. I still think he's still the best catch-all leader. Yeah,
I was a little bit nervous about his rework at first, but they really came through, and I love how he's got his own Annihilate. I mean, man, when you're up against clone teams, you cannot sleep on Rex.
No.
I love it.
No, Rex's rework is fantastic. They did not mess with the leadership ability. It's still a fantastic catch-all leader, and it's solid for the clones. And the thing I like the most about it, besides it's a free-to-play accessible character, it's used for Shakti, Galactic Republic, General Skywalker. It's going to have a lot of use for a long time. He's making the raid so easy. Soloing the AAT raid now with Shakti. I put it on auto.
I saw that video.
Yeah, it's crazy what they can do now. Then I put him on auto, and the Sith raid, he gets easily over 10 million damage on the Sith raid auto. He's doing a lot of crazy things, and I agree. I was kind of sad you stole this one away from me. Captain Rex is easily probably one of the best things that happened this year.
That's why I picked him first.
Yeah, that's why you picked him first. Now, the next thing I want to talk about that I think was my personal favorite, aside from the Captain Rex thing, I want to put up Jedi Knight Anakin's rework.
Ooh. Yeah, you stole that one from me. That would have been one of my high picks, too.
Yeah, you took the one that I should have said, but I completely, I brain farted. We'll get to that in a moment.
You should have just swapped them.
You should have swapped them. It's all good, though. Jedi Knight Anakin is kind of a staple character in this game. Besides the fact he has a very important ship that's basically needed to unlock his better version, I guess, if we can argue that, General Anakin Skywalker. His rework does a lot of crazy things. He's helping Jedi Knight Revan counter Darth Revan, Darth Malak. One of the biggest struggles of 2019 was figuring out how to do that. He made it happen for a brief time. Padme Amidala came out, makes Padme a lot better. He just kind of works all around, and I just really think it's because that righteous fury and that overpowering assault, being able to just nuke Darth Revan and Malak is one of the most satisfying things, I think.
Yeah, and he really benefited from the relic updates.
Yes.
We could talk about how we feel about relics, but man, I will say I love my Relic 6 Anakin. I haven't taken him to 7 yet, but man, I love putting him on defense, and people have a hard time with him almost every grand arena. So he's probably the second best high relic character in the game.
Oh, easily. I would agree. Grievous is number 1, Anakin's number 2, and this character makes so many things important. I kind of want to believe there's another step for Anakin in the future that we're going to see in Galaxy of Heroes, but I'm going to hold my thoughts on that because I want you to talk about what I should have said first, but completely forgot.
I couldn't believe that you didn't pick Grievous in the first 2, so I snapped him. I took it from me. I love my Grievous, man. Now, here's maybe why you didn't pick him, because he had a rocky start to the year, right? And so it wasn't great at first, and then, especially when the relics hit, then you finally got to see Grievous the way you deserved him.
Yeah, I mean, the problem was they kept half of rework basically away from Grievous, and then they re-released it in July. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, we were going to give Magna Guard these things, and we're going to give Grievous these things. Oh, and by the way, Gear 13 and Relics are. It's like, well, what the heck? So, it took a while for Grievous to build up, but now there's so many fun teams. You can use them with the catch-all droid team, just nuking away Revan and Malak. So that's one of the most free-to-play accessible teams in the game right now, simply because of how Metalloid monstrosity operates. Separatists are easily top 3-4 teams in Galaxy of Heroes right now. It's tough. Yeah. The only hard counters really is Darth Revan. Yeah.
You got to be ready for this thick boy to hit you in Grand Arena, because I love putting him on defense. It's especially, I found 3v3. His value even goes up in 3v3 because you're basically like when you're going against Grievous, you got 5-on-1 is basically what it's going to be, right?
Yeah, basically.
So 3v3, now it's 3-on-1. You got a less chance to get through it. I mean, it's difficult.
And he's basically guaranteed to be the last one standing unless you have Revan to mark him early or a death mark from Darth Revan. He's the last one you're going to showdown with. He took out my freaking 501st team by himself in Grand Arena. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And I do want to...
And I found it, if you mark him early, it's dangerous. You're playing with fire if you go after him first. I rarely see that work out well.
No, it's tough. And his capital ship is turning out to be great. Having a 5-star Malevolence and 5-star Negotiator for Grand Arena has been amazing. Does great on defense so far. Good. It's a lot of fun. I think it's missing one more Separatist ship to take out the IG 2000, but overall, the most relic character and most Gear 13 character, I believe, in Galaxy of Heroes. There's a reason why. A great character just took a long time to finally get to the position he's at now. I love this character.
And it's free to play.
Great. And I'm going to talk about the Geonosian Brood Alpha, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this thing.
Love-hate is good. I can
love is because for me, it's a nice, simple team to put together. He takes a garbage faction, and he makes them usable. Even before the Geonosians got their reworks, Brood Alpha was able to do something with them. And after the Geonosian reworks, it's just a solid free-to-play team, very accessible team, and it's needed for so many things. And even the ships, Geonosian Spy, critical for the Separatist fleet to kind of work properly. The hate part is I hate fighting them. That most emotional roller coaster battles you can have is when you bring in Traya underdog, and it's like, Spy wipes out like Trey or Scion too early. It's like, oh crap, this is not looking good. But I think this is kind of the biggest gift, I think, of 2019 for free-to-play players. Maybe the Geonosians, just because of how accessible they are and how needed they are, and just the fact that it's a free-to-play team for the most part.
I'm putting Sith Trooper on the list.
Yeah,
I really like his kit. He looks dope. The only hesitation I have with him is he's not super free-to-play friendly because he's not really working at 3 stars. But once he's, farmable, and for those whales of you out there, I think he's a really fun character to utilize, especially if you can get him standing alone and just let him wreck with his AoE.
He smashes Geonosians. If you don't have Geonosians, go after this guy first. He just blows them apart. You can underdog Geos with the first. I don't know if you saw, they bring first order officer Hux. And I mean, you don't need Hux, but you could do it, and then just get Sith Trooper to smash 2 AoEs. Boom, they're gone.
Boom.
And part of me wants to believe that this character is going to become more important. We're still waiting on the new Kylo. Maybe a new Palpatine rework of some sort.
I think he's going to become a lot more valuable with the new Kylo Ren, at least.
All right, moving on. I got another Separatist on this list here. Last one on my side here. I want to talk about Nute Gunray. And I want to say this. My fiance's uncle. I was hanging out at the early Christmas party they were hosting. He's not a pay-to-play player. He's been playing as long as me.
This is going.
Yeah, he's been playing as long as me, but he's not as serious about it. He needed to get Padme to 7 stars. He had a Gear 7 Nute Gunray, or Gear 8.
Okay.
And he's like, I can't beat this Padme. I'm like, why aren't you using Nute Gunray? And I go in with his Gear 7, Gear 8. He had a Gear 12 Asajj, and I was able to 7-star the Padme Amidala event solely, and he had no Zeta either, solely because of how awesome Extortion is.
They don't pay their taxes.
They don't pay their taxes. Nute Gunray, he's going to find those pics on your phone that you've been hiding. It's a fantastic free-to-play character. He makes the Padme Amidala event a easy peasy, lemon squeezy type of event. And I just think there's so much theory crafting potential. People mix Nest in there, Django, Dooku, Wat Tambor. A lot of fun stuff. He works great with Grievous if you have the Zeta on Viceroy's Reach. If you don't want to use Droidica, which is a bit more difficult to acquire. I just think overall, this character is another free-to-play blessing that makes a lot of things easy in this game. And it's squad arena currency. Like, that's as easy as it gets to farm this character.
One of the most creative reworks in the history of this game, too, in my opinion. I got Padme. I love Padme. Padme is for my roster, my second strongest team. Padme with Anakin, and the rest of the Galactic Republic guys I got. I really like how she works, how she's so anti-assist, all the protection up. I love how she can beef up characters. Like, she can make Barriss just wreck with her
Clone Wars
basic.
Chewbacca. Clone Wars Chewbacca is another.
Yeah, exactly. I love her kit, and I love her. I kind of, I kind of have a crush on Padme.
I think when every year we have this tradition where we make a video doing the top 10 or the whatever character we want to see in this upcoming year. I think Padme Amidala was on the list this year. I think we talked about her last year.
She's always on the list.
She's always on the list, and now it finally happens. Not midriff Padme. Yeah. We didn't get that much, but we'll take this one. I want to say something maybe slightly controversial. I think you might agree with me. I think Padme Amidala in this game is the best all-around team in Galaxy of Heroes. Would you agree? Disagree?
It's I mean, if you're looking at every single game mode, all around, I mean, some people are limited to PvP. I mean, she's got some amazing raid potential. She's great in territory battles. And then that's to say nothing of what she can do in squad arena.
She can counter Darth Revan, maybe 80-85% consistency, counters Grievous, counters Jedi Knight Revan, counters General Skywalker. I kind of feel like it's a team that's not hard to put together, and it does pretty well at every single thing. Maybe not number one in every single mode. I can call it
free to play now. I think you can call it free to play.
I mean, her event. I mean, as I said, my uncle, my fiance's side family got her with a Gear 8 Nute Gunray.
If your uncle can get it, you guys can get it.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I'm saying. If we're in Galactic Republic mode, let me bring up my Galactic Republic. Shakti, the big shot, the one and only. Biggest downside, a little bit more on the challenging side, the farm. You got to use that the ship energy. So that's the only problem I think that really comes along with her. But with that, again, I think it mainly just becomes recently with her helping solo the AAT rate, doing massive damage in the Sith. I think Skeletorix made a video like a day or two ago showing him getting like 48 million damage or something like that. And
I saw that.
Something crazy like that. Shakti, it's kind of like the Geonosians with the Brood Alpha. Before clones got reworked, she made him usable. And with her great leadership ability, give him extra speed, recovery, all this extra damage output. The clones and Shakti have become a really solid faction in this game, and she's the babysitter until you get General Anakin Skywalker. And in some ways, I like Shakti more than General Skywalker in this game. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
You get so much value out of this character. All around usability. She's going to help you get General Skywalker, and she's going to be a great. I found like she had increased value too with the 3v3 because you got another place that you can use her, and you can split up your clone team and still utilize Shakti. So I'm 100% with you. I think
my favorite 3v3. My favorite 3v3 is Echo and Fives combined with her, while Skywalker takes someone else. The only downside is I wonder if there's gonna be some more clones in the future for her to babysit, because once the 501st gets stolen from her and she has no babies left over, she's kind of left hanging.
No babies. You notice here, we're not talking about Darth Revan or Malak yet, or General Skywalker. I'm going to say the Malak event.
Let me back out of here for a second.
Not the notice, not the character itself, but the event itself, to me, was one of the most exciting, well thought out strategies that we've had in the game. It wasn't a RNG crap show like some of the events have been. I mean, there was some RNG involved, but if you had the characters at the recommended levels, it was just a matter of figuring out how all of this came together. And when I finally figured out the strategy, I thought, man, this is really fun. I really enjoyed that event itself. Although I don't love the character or the requirements or any of that.
I kind of have to agree. We were kind of talking about all these characters making our list. I'm like, man, none of us is talking about the Sith Empire. Sith Empire is a big thing this year, obviously. Revan and Malak. And I think it really just comes down to, they're very powerful characters, but at the other side of the coin is that they're very powerful characters. And the Revans did not do a good number in terms of the health of the game, in my opinion. Like Grievous, Padme,
they were not good for the game, either of them.
Like, Grievous, Padme, and Anakin, they're good teams, but they're not, like, invincible. They're not annoyingly invincible. They're good teams, and they just bring this. I'm glad you kind of see where I'm going with here. So although Malak is probably one of the best characters that happened this year, it came with the cost. The Revans, between Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan, it did something weird. The game balance. I think the developers are starting to try to dig themselves out of that hole with Padme, Grievous, Shakti, General Skywalker, maybe the First Order characters. And the Resistance characters will add to that. I think we just dug ourselves into a deep hole, and the hole got the deepest with Malak and Darth Revan. But with that said, the last thing on my list, I will bring up Darth Revan because he is.
He's going there.
I have to do it. Fan service right here, because there's a lot of older public fans out there. A lot of people love Darth Revan. He is a very solid character. And I'm going to also add this. Before Malak got into the game, the game got pretty diverse for a few moments with Darth Revan, Palpatine teams, Night Sisters with Darth Revan. It was a pretty wild time, and that's why I do want to bring up Darth Revan, because he's an important free-to-play character to get as early as possible in the game at this point. The Revans are incredibly important despite their power creep. They added to the game, and Darth Revan, man, I couldn't feel good if I made this video and I didn't talk about Darth Revan, because that is probably one of the biggest highlights of 2019 was Darth Revan being added. And Knights of the Old Republic fans, they got a lot of service done for them in the past year with the additions of Traya, with Jedi Knight Revan, Bastila Shah, Darth Revan, Darth Malak. it was a fantastic year and a half to 2 years for all those lovers out there. General Skywalker, we're not putting on the list for the top 10 best things that happened in 2019.
Because it's not one of the best things that happened.
It's not.
It's one of the worst things that happened.
Yeah, it's one of those where it really screwed over the player base. Either, people wailed hard, but they didn't hoard hard enough. It's not that good without all the 501st characters. The requirements for this event were absolutely insane. My biggest advice for people watches now, do not spend money on epic confrontation characters. Just go free to play, hoard your currency as fast as possible, as long as possible. Build up your roster needed for the event, free to play, do the event. Get the character to 7 stars, because right now, without getting to gear 12 at 5 stars or whatever, the character's borderline. He's like a B- character at this point. But I think just the way it was rolled out this year was not good. The game needs an update. 6 mods need to be added to anything under 7 stars. Gear 12 needs to happen for anything under 7 stars. I think those are my biggest complaints. I think General Skywalker represents a couple of bad things that's going on in this game right now.
And we thought with Hux that they were doing that.
No, Hux was a mistake.
The 3-star, it was totally just, I was so disappointed. I wanted to assume the best in them. I thought this could be a really good thing for the game, and then they just screwed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, CubsFan Han and I are going to wrap up our video today. This is a lot of fun, Cubby. We're going to get together soon, make another list on the characters we want to see in 2020. It's crazy that that new year is upon us. But Mr. CubsFan Han, you want to say anything else for our audience before we peace out for today?
I just wanted to pay my respects to Gary. I know I got on Gary's bad side recently, saying that your uniform might stink.
Don't worry, Gary made sure we have washing machines on the Star Destroyer. Don't worry. What the heck, Gary? Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Woo!